finally. Yeah, for all you people looking at me, yeah, I'm channeling my inner Wakanda. I'm feeling real bitter, real rebellious.
Man.
Does that mean I can't do the symbol because he never does the symbol, the salute? I can't do the Wakanda salute at the end.
No.
Maybe I'm a good Killmonger because we have been receiving blessings.
Yeah.
It's important that we be grateful for our blessings.
Yeah. We on the come up, everybody. I know this gonna probably be on the intro, but yeah, I see me adjusting my mic, but we officially on the come up.
Eric, I always like targeting Eric. Eric always wants to know when the camera starts rolling, so he knows when he's stuck. But no, I always catch Eric. That's my goal. I always want to get Eric on the
Listen. Yeah.
Oh, man. Where's my water? Hey, guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Identity Booth. My name's Hero. That's the boy Wonder. It's Eric.
Yeah.
Where do I begin? So, Eric, have we decided what we're doing news first?
Man, we got big news. We need to talk about the big news.
Okay, so we're going to catch up first.
Yeah.
All right. So it is official now.
Official, like a ref with a whistle.
Get the stripes on. It's good and it's a bitter feeling, man.
Yeah.
It is a really bitter feeling. I accepted a position out in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And per the Identity Booth policies, we don't name names and we don't name locations. But I've accepted a very generous position that has put me in a position where I'd be able to make enough that I would be able to compare my NFL checks and this check, ostensibly. I am grateful for my parents, my family, my friends, my support.
It sounds like you're accepting an award.
But it's like it's important because like people don't. A lot of you guys won't be able to like really gravitate towards me because you're thinking to yourself, I'm talking about my life on YouTube right now. This is a first world problem. But your boy was struggling for a long time and probably still will be struggling for a while because I'm not out the cave yet. I can see the light, but I'm not out the cave yet. And it's tradition when you gain an up, you lose awareness, and that's when you take the big fall. So you have to be on your P's and Q's, on your come up, even as you move and progress forward. Yeah. So this position I took puts me in a position where medically I'm established and I have a range of not even authority, but I have an expertise that is respected and recognized in the medical field. In addition, it puts me one step closer to becoming the doctor I want to become. And it also helps put my family and friends at ease. You know, I wasn't in a good spot. And you gain a lot of things through perseverance, but a lot of this came through. I did some numbers and digging. I applied to 482 jobs in 6 months. Are we recording? I don't think we're recording. 482, I believe. And I think for 3 months out of the 7 months, I spent traveling. Where every weekend for 3 months, I went to different job interviews. I've gone to so many job interviews. There's only 6 states I haven't touched in America to get to these job interviews.
Minnesota, Washington, Cali, Nebraska, Ohio,
Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis,
Missouri, here obviously,
Cali,
Virginia.
Like just too much. Florida, like it was painful. Maryland, it was painful. And once again, I was doing this at a time where I didn't have the financial stability. I didn't have the closure, and I had to do a lot of things that went against, not even against my norms, but what people expected of me.
Yeah.
People, when your name's Hero, people expect certain things from you. They turn to you for help. They turn for you in need, and regardless of what you're doing, they expect you to be at your best.
Yeah.
And those are things that I had to keep up with. Those are things that, and me and Eric had talked about this, and I told Eric I want to take that to my grave because it was more of a life decision.
Yeah.
It was more of a decision I made to not reach out and put people in negative perspectives because, like, that whole notion, don't meet your heroes.
Mm-hmm.
You get disappointed. I don't want people to feel disappointed if they called on me for help.
Mm-hmm.
And even till today, but I did lose a lot, and I'd be remiss or naive not to acknowledge the bonds that I had to sever or the people I had to leave behind. I'm going to leave Dallas, and there's people that's not even gonna know, never gonna know that I even lived here, but they've been down the street from me for years, and that's just something you gotta live with. But ultimately, what it comes down to is moving forward, and with this new position, it puts me in a better place. It puts me in a better position. It puts me in a position to actually directly impact the people I want to impact. Like cutting edge technology. You can't ask for anything more. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to give you guys more insight into that. But as far as just everything that's going on, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. A big part of me being able to get through this was this podcast. Me and Eric have very stressful jobs.
Oh my God, yes, we do.
And not even stressful from the dynamic of what we do, in a sense of the people's lives we touch and the implications of the things that we do.
There's a lot in the background. There's families involved. There's patients, donors, co-workers. There's a lot going on in the background. Random phone calls in the middle of the night. A lot of traveling, in-state, out-of-state. And we're doing that, half the month basically, and that's not including all of our office stuff that we have to do. It's intense, and so it means a lot. But what I do want to talk about, and there's something that Hero and I were talking about a few days ago, was this whole notion of saving for a rainy day. And people, and Hero said it better. Maybe he can remember exactly how I said it, but we don't want to save for a rainy day. We want to save for the freaking storm. Not a day, because there's places where you get a monsoon, tsunami, it rains for weeks.
A practical example, if I fired you today, how long could you last with everything in your bank account before you needed to go earn $1? A lot of people are remiss about this dollar and how important this dollar is. And if you don't know what the purpose of this dollar is, I'll tell you. This was the last dollar my mother ever gave me. I've kept it since probably I was on my way. I was leaving the house to go to the NFL, and my mother was so nervous about me going with only a duffel bag. Hey, Mom, I'm going to New York. I'm out here. And she was just like, what do I give you? What do you give someone that has everything? So she gave me the money she had on her. Because at the time I didn't have any money. But then again, I played for the NFL. They're not going to let me starve. So she gave me this. She gave me, I believe altogether it was like $200. And I struggled because I didn't have a place to stay. I had to learn the ropes about going to go eat breakfast at the stadium, catching a ride with the veterans, and then OC and them gave me a car, and OC let me stay at his house at Low in Manhattan. So things got better. But that dollar stuck with me. And the purpose of it was just a constant reminder that if I ever come to the point where I have to use that dollar, I'm in fucking trouble.
Yes.
So I plan now, no matter what I'm doing, always with the state of mind that how long can I last with what I'm working with before I have to think about that damn dollar?
Yeah.
And if I can't see myself saying a year, maybe 2, I need to be working harder. I need to be finding more ways to get it. And basically, my situation was 7 months. I didn't have a formal way of paying for the things I wanted to do, going to do these things that I wanted to do. So it required me to take steps backwards in my life to the point where I'm only spending $20 on gas a month. If you're driving, I'm just roundabout number. How much money do you think you spend on gas a month?
For me? And I have one car that I share with my wife. But I fill up the car. It costs me Well, we have to put premium in the car, so it takes us about between $45 to $55, depending on what the gas price is, and we do that maybe every 10 to 12 days. So depending on where it falls in the month, I mean, we may spend $100 to $150 on gas every month.
And you're probably wondering, wow, why the difference in your? Because I made decisions in my life that cost me valuable points, and I had to live with those things. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I like. People are like really content about my situation.
But here's the positive thing about the situation that I really wanted to bring out, and I'm glad we're like talking about this on camera, because this is when you're in a situation like this, people think look at it as a weakness, but I look at it as a strength. When you have the ability to wake up and go do all these interviews, and it's not, and let's get it twisted, it's not like Hero didn't get offers. He just didn't get an offer that he wanted to accept.
Yeah, that's very
and it's
true.
not that some of these places didn't offer the money. It's more or less, will I be a good fit here? In 12 to 18 months, am I going to regret picking up my life and moving here? Am I going to be updating my resume in 12 to 18 months so that I can make another transition somewhere else? That's not what it's about. It's about giving yourself the opportunity to get the best situation for you, and if you have a family, your family as well. And you have to empower yourself that way, and not just for a day, but for months.
The dean told me, I think the dean said it best. He said, aren't you tired of working jobs? Mm-hmm. Aren't you tired of like working the jobs? Like, let's talk about careers. Mm-hmm. Like, he said, all the people that he worked for him have been there for 10 years.
That's longevity. I mean, obviously the culture and the paycheck have to be worth it. Because here's the thing about millennials. Millennials don't stay on jobs for more than 2 years.
And that is a great point. And it's not even that, it's just things becoming inept for us, like not adequate enough. And I'm not,
or we just want a change of scenery.
Really, and a lot of people, as great as the people are in Dallas, I can't stand Texas anymore. I'm over it. Like, I'm just over it. And I thought maybe when I was in Lubbock, it was just small town, but I still like the people. No, what it is I'm over Texas.
Plus, it's hot as hell here, but it's about 108 degrees outside. Hero opened the door. He was like, God.
I didn't want to open the door when Eric knocked on it. And part of me was like, I don't want to send my AC out there, but I also don't want my boy to suffer. So I made
it was the quickest.
I gave him a gap, pulled him in.
Close the door. Yeah. Don't let the devil in the house.
Yeah. But it's really important for you guys to be able to like assess yourself on this level. And it takes a lot of discipline. Because you're going to get... I haven't had sushi in 4 months.
Oh, we going to get some sushi as a celebration.
Get some sushi
by the way, you already know who has requested your presence. And I told her today, I said, don't you think for 1 second that Hero would skip town without giving you a hug first?
Shawnee, I'm coming. I promise I will come see you personally.
I told her we're going to go Blue Sushi for a farewell dinner.
And it's like, there are people I'm definitely going to go see and make sure I let them know. But like being able to see all my boys from last week and see them, it's all important. But just want to just reach out, just hone in on this moment. Please, no matter what you're doing, no matter how difficult it might seem, do not sell yourself short. Mm-hmm. If you have something that you truly believe and hold true to yourself, I asked Eric because I wasn't sure, and that was when I found my resolve. Am I pushing the wrong issues here? Am I letting the outside social narrative affect my decision-making skills? Mm-hmm. And Eric told me, no, you're right. And from that moment, I knew that if I'm going to an interview, they're gonna see me as I am. Mm-hmm. Like now, there's an honest duality about it. Like I now want to cut my hair because I've been accepted, full as I am, without any question. So now I know it's never gonna be a social issue for me. But on top of, just to touch back to it, continue to strive and move forward. Mm-hmm. It's the rainy days are gonna come. You need to make sure you're prepared for all of them, not just one of them. Mm. It's ridiculous for you to believe that you have enough money for a rainy day, but not make moves or initiate a situation where you have supplements
Yes.
for at least 6 months. I'm here to tell you, I lived 6 months without need for anything. A paycheck, friends, family, whatever. I stuck to
Except for Eric.
Eric was here. Eric was obviously here. But as far as just handouts and all that stuff, not in me. Mm-hmm. It's not part of my discipline action. Like, I made this decision and I was going to suffer it alone. And those are the types of results that people need to focus in on. It's not for everybody. And please don't get me wrong. If you're drowning, scream for help.
Get a lifeline. It's
please.
Okay.
But for those of you that are, and I probably, it's strange because as I'm telling people to do this, people who are struggling through it right now, they feel this. Yeah. Without me even explaining, they like, no, I know where he's been. And it's important for you to understand that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I've seen it. Yeah. So,
hey, real quick, Hero just talked about cutting his hair. If y'all want to see that, hit the like button.
It's still a maybe. I'm not sure I want to cut my hair yet.
Hey, listen, but if you do want to see Hero get his hair cut, Hero, I don't know if you know this, but your boy used to be a barber for like 10 years. So, you still got my tools at the crib. I will whip them out. I'll cape them. We will record it, the whole thing. We'll get him nice and crispy before he leave.
Might as well. Like, I was really thinking about it, but my mama is now even like it's grown on her, and she's like, I kind of like it now. And you know, she's Black Panther was her thing. She's like, you remind me of the guy from Black Panther. I was like, yeah, the bad guy, mom. Thanks.
He was low key the good guy.
He was the good guy. You know, so everybody's making the comparisons that Aquaman is just Black Panther, but Eric Killmonger's the good guy.
Listen. I haven't even seen Aquaman. I don't really.
It hasn't come out yet, but like I'm just based on the trailers because Aquaman is basically Eric Killmonger. He left, he was exiled, and now he's coming back to take over the throne. But he wins. I'm like,
Aquaman is just Poseidon to me, or Neptune, or whatever. That's all I.
Yeah, well. But see, this is why I have to stop writing my shit late at night because I never understand what the fuck I'm writing.
We'll edit this out.
Probably not. I'm very frugal with my editing when it comes to like the podcast. I need you to look at the comic book for me. I have the first few pages up.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't like published. But now I understand what an editor's for. Because you can't trust your own eyes when you're reading your own shit because you just fill in gaps. So like I need somebody to look at it because I was like, I feel like this makes perfect sense to me. But then I remember the thing you said. You were like, of course it makes sense to you. All the words are in your head. Like I was like, damn, you're right. So we'll do that. But I believe this says Baltimore, but I'm not sure. Like what the fuck?
Baltimore. We basically just talked.
About that. One thing that you wanted to bring up. The 3 girls and their response.
Oh yes. So. Hero got this great news, and he shared it with some young ladies that he knows very well. And all 3 of these young ladies had a different response. Now, Hero and I talk a lot about relationships. I mean, I think we do it a little bit on the podcast, and we've had some episodes where we've talked about it, but just privately, we've had so many conversations about relationships, women, their perspective, work ethic, the tangibles and intangible things that I looked for when I wanted a wife, and Hero expects to have in his future spouse. A lot of people,
the post we just put up on Instagram about the relationship talk, I just put it up yesterday. It's got like over 200 views, and people are just like, because like I said, people thought it was crazy that I said in 2 to 3 years I want to be married and have a kid probably.
That's realistic, though.
Yeah, but that's real. And I felt like there was a tension, but on to the 3 girls. So, because we used to name names and call places out, but
we're not gonna do that. We're gonna anonymity because. And the thing was, originally when I talked to Hero about it, I was shocked about the responses from the 3 women, and it was really more along a racial line, and I decided that I don't even need to go that route because the major point is that if somebody's genuinely concerned for you, I guess I was raised when somebody gets good news, you rejoice with them. Like The smart book says, rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. If your knee-jerk reaction to somebody that you call a friend isn't to be excited for them when they get good news and console them when they have bad news, then you're not really their friend. You don't really understand them. So the hero shares this news with 3 people that he obviously felt comfortable enough to share their relationships at the point where he felt that he could divulge the information to them. And the 2 people that I expected, not hero, but I expected to understand him and to be excited for him, did not understand and were not excited. You know why? Because they were looking at it as heroes leaving me, heroes abandoning me. Okay, well, I had expectations for Hero that Hero didn't know, and now he's falling short of my expectation. And the one person who is so far removed in the lifestyle, the upbringing, the social norms, from Hero, was the one who was ecstatic for him. It was like a bittersweet moment. She was so excited for the opportunity that he got, and also was sad because he's not going to be close. But the person's reaction was, well, maybe I can, after I'm done with school, maybe I can move that way. So the difference is between these women, all these ladies have an interest in Hero, but the response is different. So you have to understand, like, if you don't want to be some dude's live-in girlfriend, if you want to be a wife, you need to take every single effort to get to not just to know on a personal level, but to understand the thought process and understand the reactions mentally that a person like Hero is going to make, or any guy is going to have when you respond not in the correct way to situations. And I know it's difficult, and I know people are innately selfish, but if you expecting to have a strong bond, a really deep relationship with somebody, you got to understand them. And I have expectations for certain people, and they let me down. Like this instance right here, I expected these 2 young ladies to just get it, and they... I don't know if they couldn't or wouldn't.
I'll give a little bit more context, because the 2 ladies who didn't understand, I'll give context on it. They're both women that know me at least on a person. They've been in my apartment. Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. And one of them knows me on an intimate level. The other person knows about that other person's intimate level with me. Mm-hmm. So they could be interchangeable. Mm-hmm. One of them has the ability for me to say, okay, I'm going to pick up and move to Jacksonville, Florida. Mm-hmm. You have the capability of doing that with me, but they feel safe here, which I can't knock them. But one of the reasons why this devolved so quickly for that person is because they got mad at me because I didn't ask them to come. And Eric, and because my response, and Eric said this, when he said this, is so true, because it happened to me so subconscious, and it was so cerebral for me that I didn't even fathom that she wouldn't understand why I didn't ask her to come. Because when I told you I was leaving, your response wasn't joy. So I innately know immediately that if I asked you to come, you wouldn't be happy about that either. So why would I even waste that context of conversation? Yeah. To which I then responded, if I told you could come, like, I'll put my name on the lease and put our names on the lease, whatever, and I'll pay it through 6 months. Come on. If I said that, would you still come? If your answer is, if you hesitate, no. And you didn't say yes. So everything else, I need time to think about it. No, you don't need time to think about it. You need time to think of a better way of saying no. Which, I'm a big boy.
Which is just finding an excuse.
Yeah, I'm a big boy.
Because you think it's going to hurt my feelings by you saying you don't want to come. But you riding my jock this whole time, showing up at my place unannounced, doing all these things, and then when I give you good news about me coming up, you're not excited, then we're not friends. That's my personal opinion. So you just saw me as what, some kind of void filler in your life. Oh, I'm not alone. He listens to me. Whatever the thing is. But when I'm talking about a next step, The next step, if you want to be with somebody, the next step is to go. And you know what? One thing I don't understand about ladies nowadays, how they are so against picking up and moving to where the man's going. Like, I feel like 2018 has got these women all kinds of jacked up. Like, listen, if a man is handling his business, he's being responsible, and he's saying, hey, come do life with me, please. Like, I would love for you to come be with me. I love to come home to you. I love to wake up with you. I love for us to go hustle together. That's essentially what's going on. And for you to be like, I don't know. Well, I don't want to leave away from my family. Listen.
You want to know the worst part about it? Is something that just dawned on me?
Yeah.
Per my position, I need to hire 2 people within in their positions.
They have the exact skill set that Hero needs, and
could pay them way more.
It's exactly. I'm talking about coming in the door $90K, so they're making $20,000-$30,000 more than they're already making now. They're with the person that they say they want to be with, and y'all going half on the bills. I mean, y'all $200,000-$300,000, $250,000-$300,000 household off the rip right there. Like, what's going on in the brain?
And I feel like from that instance, I've detached myself now.
Yeah,
it's become so like it's benevolent now to me. It's like I've struggled for so fucking long that I don't have the energy to like say make you feel better anymore.
Yeah,
like I'm about to go to a place and I got to figure out how to become Eric at work. I have a lot of things to worry about right now. So I can't, it's something I want to touch on because, it's really molding my characteristics. Yeah. And I've had people come up tell me, you wouldn't have to just, present yourself to a woman like that. So I'm like, it's not about me getting that girl's approval.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be any confusion when I approach you.
Yeah.
And it's something that I have to look into. Like I said, the depression has set in. Mm-hmm. So now this is the decompression. You get back in the gym. You're moving around. You're starting your conversations. You're starting to blend and mix back with society. Hero's only going to get better. But for all intents and purposes, there's an old saying that if you don't accept me at my worst, which I have been at for the longest, you definitely don't deserve me at my best.
And that's a fact.
So with that...
Yeah. Before we wrap it up, shout out to the ones that understand.
I appreciate you. We didn't say enough about the one that did understand.
I was amazed.
Eric,
and she's the youngest out of the bunch.
She's the youngest out of the bunch. She's demographically, she's nowhere near the spectrum, but there's something that she holds very dearly when it comes to me.
And if you go back and check out the Valentine's episode, the list that I had, 7 things. Hero gonna drop the link there. You go listen to the 7 things. You go see the 7 things that a man's looking for. I feel like she embodies all of those. She's from just the conversations I've had with Hero, the situations that have arisen in the last month. She's checking the boxes. She's checking the boxes. The respect box, the listen box. Yeah.
It takes for somebody. I don't. She doesn't owe me anything. I don't owe her anything.
Exactly.
But she innately knows. She would call me before she called her own father if she was in an emergency. And it's not like hyperbole. It's happened on several occasions. Because what I taught her was self-value and self-preservation. If you don't value yourself, you can't expect me to value you. And those were my opening words to her when she described some weird way of feeling about doing a certain task. And I told her that. Ever since then, it's been a build on respect. And when I saw her recently again for the first time, I just remember having this feeling of being blown back because her aura has grown. You can feel her presence in the room now. And I told her, it's kind of intimidating sitting next to you because you've grown up so much since I last saw you. And she says, what did you expect? And it kind of dawned on me duh, you put effort into it.
Well, the reason why you didn't have the expectation is because you've given energy to certain people and they've let you down. So you don't want to walk in with an expectation of them taking to heart what you say and actually reproducing the same energy you gave them.
Yeah, and I guess I guess it kind of proves that I'm not a bitter person. Like I hold my relationships tight, but I hold human nature even higher.
Yeah.
So and that's not there are certain things you can expect from your friends and family. When I told Eric the stats, numbers, everything, percentage. Not because I wanted to gloat, but because I needed to gain his perspective. For the things that I'm about to go out here and do, does this make sense? I had a lawyer look at it. Did that make sense? Like, your confidants, you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit in order to get that reality. But it's no secret. I've tried to get Eric to come with me. He's turned me down. And it's not because he doesn't want to, it's because he has his own plans. And he's about to, by this time, he's already leveled up. He's damn near the boss of this location already. Which kind of makes me mad because if he was the boss when I got here, I wouldn't have to fucking leave. So, in hindsight, this is your fault.
See, people always blame the black guy.
It's Eric's fault.
Yeah.
But Eric, for all intents and purposes, man, we got 30. That was quicker than we thought. Was it? I mean, you want to throw anything else out?
Nah, man, that was a good little thing. I feel like it's good. But before we wrap it up, I do want to say to the ladies that watch, hey, man, listen. Keyword listen. Like, if you whether you like whoever you're into, you need to understand that person. You need to make the effort to understand that person. Don't be so caught up in yourself. It's this whole cell phone, Instagram, Snapchat era that people are so into themselves that they don't take the time to understand somebody else. You know, it's funny when me and Hero get together, we don't sit and twiddle our thumbs on our phone.
No.
We don't do that. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I have a friend of mine. She's very cool. Very, very nice person. I invited her out to come hang out with a couple of my guy friends, and only one of my guy friends showed up. Now, this guy is about 4 years younger than her, but he's very successful. He's in supply chain and logistics for a major company that has several government contracts.
We don't agree with them.
Yeah, we don't, because they're into basically Department of Defense contracts, and you know how Hero and I feel about military spending. We ain't going down that road. We're gonna woo-side and keep moving.
This is a good show.
Yeah, so I mean, giving her all the attention, striking up conversations, drinks are coming and going. The young lady spent most of the time on her phone. And I was just taken aback by it because I'm like, I've had conversation with you. You want a guy, but here's an excellent guy, and you just play on your phone the whole time? I was like, dude, you're crazy. Like, you got to understand people. Like, and the same thing goes for the dudes. You can't be just lumping women all into the same category. And coming at them, approaching them all the same way. Like, you got to stop.
Yeah, I don't want, now that you mentioned, I don't want anybody to think for a second like, oh, Hero was out here juggling 3 girls. No, these girls had specific roles and positions in my life, and none of them were ever the same. Mm-hmm. So, like, I got game, but I don't want to be a player no more.
Yeah. And it wasn't like these were like girlfriends. Like, these were like genuine, actual just friends. Except for maybe one.
One of them had was like a girlfriend.
Yeah, one of them was like, yeah, I'm talking to you. We're kind of dating. It's casual, but it's still kind of an understood thing. And she fumbled.
I was on the level where she would bring me out and show me off to her friends, and that was like a Friday night for us. Like, oh, is Hero coming? No? Okay, well then we'll probably just stay in tonight. The fuck? But I usually bring some of my friends. But anyhow, we appreciate you guys being here. Where can they find us?
Everywhere.
You can't find us on Spotify yet because I haven't found a free hosting site. They talking about paying. They're like, hey, look, Spotify.
No, they can fall all the way back. We're good. We everywhere. We everywhere but Spotify.
We got on iTunes now.
We're on Instagram at The Identity Boo, Facebook The Identity Boo. We're on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, Last FM. I mean, where are we not? I mean, we don't have a Snapchat. I mean, but
no, we're not gonna get.
We're never getting a Snapchat.
And for all intents and purposes, man, thank you guys so much. This very well might be the last time you guys see us in this room. Next time you see us together, low key might just be on some travel shit. But
yeah,
I'll try and get a video out to kind of explain how things are gonna go because basically a lot of things are gonna change. Point blank. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be back in school. So I need to figure out how I'm going to assess things, and me and Eric haven't really sat down and talked about it, but there's a part of my mind that's saying that maybe you just put everything on pause, and when you come back all together, because half effort might not be enough.
Yeah.
And we already know, like, we took 2 weeks off.
Yeah,
that hurt. We got hurt.
But it was necessary. I can take that L because at the end of the day, when you have more money and more resources, you can make things move a lot faster.
Yeah.
I mean, so we were doing this, and I mean, we don't want the format to change really, but we know when people get opportunities, I'd rather not do this and see my brother win than to do this. I mean, this is important to us, but there's so many more ways when we have, again, when we're in different positions in life to affect the change that we talk about on here. So that's our plan. Like, if y'all ain't paying attention, if y'all haven't understood us and the messages, the things that we specifically talk about, we don't just randomly do things. We pick things for specific reasons to talk about. And we said this not the last time we recorded, or yeah, maybe the last time we recorded. We are recruiting. Like, if y'all aren't paying attention, this is a recruitment channel. This isn't just listen, this lifestyle, oh, they're funny, oh, they're... Now, this is serious business. Like, we don't want to get all off into it, but if y'all ain't paying attention, like, y'all gonna look up in 5 years and be like, oh, dang, we watched that podcast and here on Eric said they were gonna do X, Y, and Z, and they did it. Like, all this stuff is methodical.
And that's how we are. So, as we try to identify with you, continue to identify with us.
Yes.
But this has been the Identity Booth. My name's Hero. The boy Wonder, Eric, and we'll catch you guys later. I can't do the clock thing.
Yeah.
Can't. Killmonger. But I'll see you guys. Take care. I'm out this hole. That's good. That is good.